fairly long layoff from the game. You get thrown in midway in the Tennessee game. What's the transition like mentally, first of all?
I was thrown in the game in Missouri when Dennis went down to win the game. So, I mean, you just got to be prepared when your number called. That's one thing. As much time, always stress. Always be ready when your number's called. So, whenever offense on the field, all of us got our helmets on just in case somebody go down. That's just, we know if somebody go down, we just got to be ready.
Did you know you were going to be the left tackle? Like, rather than Blake coming in left, did you know if Dennis went down again, that was yours? You had to go in there?
I honestly thought, I pretty much thought I was going to be the left tackle, the next tackle in the game, but I didn't know for sure. Wolf made that decision himself.
You practicing with the starters again today?
Yes, sir.
And you expect to start again?
Yes, sir. With the way everything going, yes, sir.
At the moment,
yeah,
right.
At the moment, unless Dennis comes back.
How exciting is that for you to be back in the lineup now, personally?
It's just like back to work, really. Just gotta get mentally prepared to have a good game, honestly. Just gotta get prepared to have a real good game against Ole Miss.
You've turned kind of into a Swiss Army knife of sorts, kind of plugging in different places, first guy off the bench. How have you adjusted to that role?
I mean, you just gotta. It's easy to adjust, honestly. I like it. I like it, honestly. I just like being a help for the team, knowing that my abilities are good enough to come in whenever somebody hurt to contribute in a good way. So, like, I like it, honestly. I can just come off the bench and do my job.
How does the scheme that you guys run on the line with the different positions, how does it help to be able to kind of plug and play, like whether it's guard or tackle or center?
If you ask Coach Wolf, he'll say tackle is easy. Our guards do most of the work in the pass game. We put most of the stress on the guards, but honestly, if you've been in the meet room, Coach Wolf, you can play any position on the line, unless you need to learn how to snap. But if you've been in the meet room, you can learn any position.
What has been the problem with you guys starting off a little slow on offense and not being able to put points on the board in the first quarter?
Honestly, I can't answer that question. I'm sorry. We just got to execute. We just got to make plays. That's the biggest thing we've been preaching.
This offense being pretty explosive. How important is it to try to get some points on the board early?
It's very important. We got to run the ball, get some time off the clock, make sure we execute and capitalize on all opportunities. We can't leave no opportunities on the field this game.
Do you expect to be run heavy again this week for that very reason?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's one of our strengths. If we run heavy, we'll win the game. I feel like if we have over 100 yards, we can win any game. But that's just the thing. We got to run the ball. The offensive line has to get some movement. So that's on us.
Is there some momentum in run blocking that you do it a few times in a row, you get better at it, you kind of...
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Especially when you start going fast and they can't get lined up, you just keep going.
What was fundamentally different about how efficient you guys were running this week as opposed to the past?
We put a more focus on the run game these past 2-3 weeks at practice. Cop drill, run heavy periods, inside run, just a lot of run heavy periods. Just trying to be focused heavily on the run.
What have you noticed out of Dylan Wanham?
He's a good player and he's learning every week. He's learning. Like, he don't get discouraged, and he's always ready to learn, and he's always ready to work. He's gonna be a great player in the future.
How have you seen him improve over the season?
Dylan?
Yeah, how have you seen him improve?
He's improved tremendously. From back in fall camp, not even knowing how to pass it, to now he didn't give up a sack against Tennessee, and he was the SEC Freshman Lineman of the Week. So he's improved tremendously. Like, he's going a long way.
How much does it kind of remind you, or his rise kind of remind you of what Hutch did last year?
It's similar, but it's different. Hutch got thrown in there when somebody got hurt, I think, and Dylan was prepped to be he was prepping to take over and become a starter. So it was just, I feel like it was more pressure on Hutch at the time because he got thrown in and he stayed in, but it was also a lot of pressure on Dylan as a young freshman to be ready to go in as a starter.
So there was a succession plan in place to get Dylan in by this time?
Yeah, yes, sir. I mean, if he proved himself, he was gonna start. We all about the best player plays. Like, it's not about anything other than winning the game for us.
How impressive is it to see a young player kind of surpass a senior who, as Coach Muschamp said, probably hasn't done anything to lose the spot, but just to see someone kind of take it?
It's just it's just a good thing for that young player, honestly. It's just a knock on him. Like, he working hard. He real strong. He working hard, learning his playbook, and he doing everything right. You can't take it away from him, honestly.
What is it about Jake that he's almost better when he's behind or in the second half or even moving around as opposed to being in a clean pocket?
I mean, I think he would love to be in a clean pocket 24/7. I feel like any quarterback would be good during then. But, I mean, I couldn't tell you, but he probably just got that competitive spirit, you know. And when he goes down, he feel like he got to do something to put us back in the game.
On that one sack you guys gave up against Tennessee, was that just a matter of them sending more guys than you had, or what kind of happens there?
Honestly, I don't. I know it was pressure up the middle. I knew it was pressure up the middle, and somebody came unblocked up the middle, but I don't know exactly what happened. I just remember Jake running. As soon as the ball snapped, I remember Jake running straight to the left side, and he got sacked.
Why such an emphasis on running the ball last week?
It just we felt like we could have, if we ran the ball, we was gonna win the game, honestly. And we feel like that every game. If we get enough rushing yards and we can control the clock and control the run game, we'll win the game.
Does it take some pressure off Jake?
It takes a lot of pressure off Jake and the offensive line, because if you can run the ball, there's not a lot of pass plays, not a lot of plays for the defensive lineman to get to the quarterback. So it helps everybody.
How important was tempo in terms of the way you guys were able to run in Tennessee? Because it seemed like on a lot of those drives you were snapping it 25, 30 seconds still on the play clock.
Yeah, that's what helps us a lot too. Tempo, that helps us tremendously, because when you run in tempo, the defensive line can't get lined up, and then there's miscommunications, there's mistakes made, and then you can hit them for a gash, and then you might get a touchdown. So it just helps everybody. As long as we get lined up fast and know what we're doing and going, like, can't nobody stop us.
Anything else from Malik?